Welcome friends. Today's topic glucagon. Objective of today's lecture, we will start with the basic introduction, glucagon receptor and mechanism, physiological actions, metabolism, regulation and applied aspect. So introduction, glucagon hormone is secreted by the alpha cell or A cell, which constitute 20 to 25% of the isolate of the Langerhans cells of the pancreas. It is also known as hormone of fasting or hyperglycemic hormone. Chemistry, polypeptide having a 29 amino acid, molecular weight 3485, and it is the member of secretin gene family. Plasma concentration, basic plasma concentration is 100 to 150 picogram per ml. Rate of secretion is 100 to 150 microgram per day, and half-life very less, 5 to 10 minutes. Glucagon receptor mainly present on liver. They are also present on adipose tissue or fat cell, but in less concentration. Mechanism of action, glucagon bind with the glucagon receptor. So hormone receptor complex which activate the receptor. So 2A hormone mechanism, that is they activate the G protein stimulatory, which activate adenyl cyclase, which increase the intracellular cyclic AMP, which increase protein kinase A, which activate phosphorylase B kinase, which convert phosphorylase B into phosphorylase A. Phosphorylase A means active, which promote breakdown of the glycogen, so increase blood glucose concentration. However, glucagon hormone act on the different receptors on the same cell, means same liver cell, to activate phospholipase C and increase the cytoplasmic calcium and stimulate glycogenolysis. So main mechanism is the second messenger system, adenyl cyclase, but it also activate phospholipase C. Physiological action of the glucagon, that is exactly opposite to the insulin. Glucagon is also known as hyperglycemic hormone or hormone of fasting. Insulin is hormone of abundance, which store all the nutrient available after meal, where glucagon promote catabolism of this stored nutrient between meal to maintain blood glucose level. So it do glycogenolysis, means glycogen is converted into glucose in the liver, not in skeletal muscle, as it does not have a receptor for the glucagon hormone. It activates many enzymes required for the amino acid transport and gluconeogenesis, means conversion of the glucose from non-carbohydrate component, mainly amino acid. As a result, there is increase in the blood glucose level. So actually, this glucagon hormone prevent and counter regulate hypoglycemia. On the fat metabolism, it stimulate hormone sensitive lipase, which do lipolysis of the stored fat, that is triglyceride, which converted into free fatty acid and glycerol. This glycerol will be used in the liver for gluconeogenesis. Free fatty acid is used for energy purpose by most of the tissue, mainly skeletal muscle and liver. In liver, free fatty acid undergoes beta oxidation in mitochondria and converted into ketone bodies. So glucagon inhibit triglyceride storage in the liver. On the protein, it increases the protein degradation in the liver. As a result, it makes amino acid available in the liver, which are used for the gluconeogenesis. But amino acid level in the blood is not affected, as major store of the protein in the body is in the skeletal muscle, where actually there are no receptor for the glucagon. Now this glucagon also stimulate growth hormone, insulin and somatostatin. In short, glucagon is glycogenolytic, gluconeogenetic, lipolytic and ketogenic hormone. Glucagon at high concentration do certain actions. First of all, it increases the force of contraction of the heart, that is positive inotropic effect. It increases the bile secretion and reduces the gastric acid secretion. It increases the blood flow to the tissue, mainly kidney. Metabolism, just like other hormone, mainly in the liver and kidney. Regulation of the glucagon hormone, some stimulating factor, some inhibiting factor. In stimulating factor, that is hypoglycemia. So when blood glucose concentration is below 90 milligram per 100 ml, which increases the blood glucose concentration of glucagon, while hyperglycemia having exact opposite effect. So in short, we can say glucagon hormone has inverse relation with blood glucose level. Mainly, insulin inhibit glucagon secretion. So low blood glucose has indirect effect on glucagon secretion through removal of inhibition by the insulin hormone. And recent evidence says that hypoglycemia has direct effect on the alpha cell of the pancreas to increase glucagon secretion. So hypoglycemia having a both direct as well as indirect effect to increase the secretion. Next is the protein diet or increase amino acid. So it promote the glucagon secretion. So protein meal will increase the postprandial level of both insulin as well as glucagon. So protect against the hypoglycemia, while carbohydrate rich meal only stimulate insulin. So that is basically difference. Next is the exercise. Exercise stimulate glucagon secretion and prevent hypoglycemia during exercise. Action mediated by the beta adrenergic stimulation of the alpha cell of the isolates of Langerhans. Then gastrin hormone and CCK hormone also stimulate the glucagon hormone. Next is the vagal stimulation, also stimulate. And last, epinephrine, beta 2. So circulating catecholamines stimulate secretion of glucagon via beta 2 adrenergic receptor. So these are the important stimulatory factor for the glucagon secretion. Now inhibitory factor. Inhibitory factor already mentioned, hyperglycemia. Insulin inhibit glucagon secretion. Secretin as well also decreases the glucagon secretion. Then the somatostatin, which inhibit both insulin and glucagon. So these are the various factors which inhibit the glucagon secretion. And last, some incretin. Important is the GLP1, glucagon like peptide 1, which inhibit the secretion of the glucagon. Now what happened to the glucagon secretion in diabetes mellitus? There is excess glucagon secretion in diabetes mellitus. Why? Actually, it is not over secretion of the glucagon by the alpha cell, we can say, but it is actually due to dysregulation of the glucagon secretion. So there are mainly two reasons for glucagon excess in diabetes mellitus. Number one, insulin inhibit glucagon. We have just learned in the regulation. But in type 1 diabetes mellitus, there is a concentration of insulin is reduced or due to lack of insulin. So this inhibition is lost. So there is a glucagon excess. So due to reduced inhibition by the insulin in type 1 diabetes mellitus, but nowadays it is also seen in type 2 diabetes mellitus where there is a insulin resistance. So glucagon excess is seen in type 1 and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Second reason, reduced incretin effect. Now what is incretin effect? Means when we are taking oral blood glucose in form of food, it reaches to the lumen of the ileum. Some cell of this ileum, L cell, secrete certain hormone which are released in the blood, act on the beta cell of the pancreas, release some calcium, and because of the increase in the calcium, there is an anticipatory increase in the insulin hormone, and this is known as incretin effect, which is present when we are taking food orally. when we are giving intravenous glucose, this effect is absent. But in diabetes mellitus, this incretin effect is reduced. As a result, there is a glucagon excess. So both these things are responsible for the glucagon excess. Applied aspect of glucagon hormone: deficiency and excess. Both are rare, but deficiency is very rare, seen in infants. Clinical feature: hypoglycemia. Excess due to tumor of the alpha cell of the isolate of the Langerhans, that is glucagonoma. Pancreatic tumor. Some basic clinical feature: glucose intolerance, weight loss. So that's from glucagon. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.